Sony this week has announced that they will be ending physical disc for all of their games starting in 2028. The idea now is that not only will you own nothing and you'll like it, but you will pay ownership prices and own nothing and like it. This comes the same week that they announced, or within a week of them announcing that they had to remove 500 movies from the PlayStation library of films that people purchased because they lost the licensing to them. I don't see that necessarily being the same situation with the video games because, I mean, they're the actual manufacturers. They're the creators of most of the games. Mm-hmm. But even still, the idea that now there's no resale market for video games, that they've effectively put an end to game sharing, which is a direct contradiction to ownership. I should be able to share things I own with whoever I like. There is no more discount buying for games. What secondary market is there for video games if we're selling them all on a digital platform that we control and price? There is no more secondary market. The games will be $70, $80, $100 as long as they're available. Yeah, as long as it's available on the store, because there's no reason for the price to drop. Maybe you'll get periodic 20 to 30% deals around holidays and Black Friday and shit like that. But the idea that this game will eventually go from a $70 game down to a $35 game is done with Sony. There is no secondary or discount market anymore because, well, they're all digital.
That would arguably behoove some of the studios that make video games, though.
Why?
Because there's no secondary market. That secondary market doesn't go back to that studio. The studio will always make money if it's always digital.
That's only if it's resold. What if I have something that's been sitting on the shelf since it got here and I just priced it down? So it's not a complete loss. Well, there's resale, in which the person who purchased it the first time is getting resale, which they should. That's what resale means. Yeah. But what I'm talking about is the idea that, okay, Grand Theft Auto Vice City premiered. It was a $50 game. 6 to 9 months into the release of that game, it now becomes a $29.99 game. Yeah. Because you may be moving towards another GTA, or there's another newer game that's out that's kind of pushing that price down.
Because the popularity of the game.
Or the popularity. Now, because there isn't a way for you to go purchase this off of the catalog, off of the PlayStation Network, you're essentially locked into whatever pricing they set. And they'll set it where it needs to be constantly. They will never do the half pricing for the last iteration. God of War Ragnarok is still $70 on the PlayStation Network right now. To this day.
You know why though? Because for whatever reason, God of War continues to get new iterations, and that causes people to want to go back to play the old ones, which that behooves studios.
But that's not an aberration though. It's an industry standard. For the PlayStation Network, there is no, hey, the game's been out for a year, this is its new pricing. It's moved into a new tier of pricing. It doesn't exist on the PlayStation Network. Yeah. So the fact that you can kind of explain it as, oh, the franchise is popular, so the replay value is a lot higher, people are searching for this game, but not when it applies to everything else. It's here's where I'm at. Basically, if you're making it impossible for me to actually own any of this, not only will I not buy it, I'll actively seek to steal it. Because if ownership is a farce, then so is theft. If none of us actually own anything, then taking it isn't stealing. Or am I missing something? If I can't pay you a price to have something indefinitely in my person, under my control, until I see fit to do something else with it, it's not ownership. And if you don't have that same control over that said product, then what are we even arguing about? What is the exchange here? It used to be, you pay me for a product, I take that product home and I do what I want with it. Mm-hmm. Now it's, oh, I pay you for a product, I own it, you just keep it on your stuff and it's subject to be revoked at any time you see fit.
I effectively
That's not a
lease
purchase.
it.
Yeah, that's not a purchase. So instead of leasing, I need somebody to walk me through game piracy, I guess, because one thing I will not be doing is paying for $70 new games that it will take me several hours to download every single time I want to. Like, no, fuck no.
And even if you looked at that like, oh no, that's morally wrong, I'm not going to do that. You can't deny the fact that more and more and more people are going to go that route for the simple fact that you announced this.
And at the same time, you're going to be releasing a console that no longer is taking physical discs, doesn't have a physical disc drive on it, and asking more money for it? No. This is why 30% of your gamers on your platform are still going on a dated system.
Don't shout yourself out.
I'm just saying. I'm not alone.
Facts.
Fuck this endless rat race of constantly upgrading for the sake of upgrading. When did Sony turn into Apple? Weren't you the company that clowned Netflix into oblivion for Xbox Live and Red Ring of Death and making everybody who wanted to play any of their meaningful games have to be on Xbox Live or constantly pulling from Xbox Live or what have you? You were the company that made fun of Xbox for going that route years in advance. Now look where we're at. Now look where we're at. No, sir, I will not be buying my new Sony iPhone every 6 to 12 months like you want me to. Shove the PS6 up your ass. And there's enough games that have come out in between the year 1993 and when is this going up? 2028, that I can go back and play retro games on my PS4, my PS3 until I die. There's no reason for me, a person who already retro games, to go out and spend his last dollar getting a new system that doesn't take physical disc so I can pay retail price for every single game I own from now until the day I die. Doesn't make sense. I'm not in love with online gaming that much. I'm just not. And if the difference between online gaming and either stealing the shit or just playing retro games on old systems is my right fucking arm, a down payment on a car, then I think I'll keep my arm in the money for the down payment and do something else with it.
You will own nothing and you'll like it, Big Corpo. JD Informant, shout out to you for the $5. I'm hoping one day we have to need a subscription to turn on our another to put gas in our car, another to put gas in it, and the last one to drive certain miles per day.
Hey man, okay. You're not being unrealistic about what you're saying.
I bet people will move to PC. I got a PC for editing the videos, and I started playing games on it. It's legit. It's basically I should probably make a console by making a PC. Oh, a Steam
box. Yeah.
Steam box. Yeah.
Steam box.
That'll also stream movies and shit. That's how you get around it.
Jailbreak the motherfucker. Whatever you get next, jailbreak the motherfucker. To hell with them. To hell with them. Like honestly, like I'm beyond the point of trying to be respect. Oh well, let's not advocate for theft. As long as they're advocating for not allowing us to own anything, then yeah, I guess theft is the measure.
You know what? I just thought about it. I forgot that I have a PS4 emulator on the PC that I got for college football before the new college football came out. I should go back to that.